Hello and welcome back to episode 10 of Factorio. And as you've just seen, we have brought Armageddon to the bugs with our tank. We have gone out and destroyed and conquered and removed most of them from our map. Well, from our local map at least. They'll be back, but for now we've got a bit of reprieve. So I'm just going to build some more ammunition because our tank used a lot of tank shells for that. Got a lot of damage, got a lot of repairs, and yeah, it's made us safe around our borders at least. That's the important thing. And if you follow politics, then there might be a few other people that are happy that the borders are now secure. If you follow that way, whichever. Anyway, enough about American politics. That's not what we're here for. We don't do politics here. Okay, so what have we done since last episode? We have done loads. As you can see, we've got a coal line and we've got a stone line now in here, which means my promise was good and I secured that coal and that stone. And if you'll see what I've done here, these are now coming in from these two stations down here. We just have a little building train down here. Now we've got a coal stop and now we've got a stone stop. It is not pretty, but it's not working at the moment because everything's full up. So once it is full up, or once it's being used, this goes very quickly and these trains are off and back quite quick. This stone train does a round trip in a minute or two. It's very, very fast. So it unloads quite quick. We've got our building train down here now. It's on its own little dedicated track just out of the way, and it's obviously still full of resources we need in case we need to go back out and build more. And we have increased our rail network quite considerably. We have also secured some oil, so we now have 2 oil trains going. And if I show you here, this is our base where we did have some bugs. Now there are no bugs, and this is where our copper supply comes from. All good. That's now picking up oil still from here over this way. There's not a lot of oil coming out of here now, but it is what it is. It's just coming through slowly, but it's still coming through. 260%, very, very little, but that's not a problem. It's a very, very small subsidy. Got a base there that was a little bit tough. I ran out of ammunition and my tank was pretty much battered by the time I got to the end of that. So I've left that one for now. We will go and deal with them at some point, probably later when we've got some better armor, better weaponry. So if we look at our track, you can see now we've finished this bit. That's our stone supply. Had a few attacks down here, but nothing major. They're all cleared out down there pretty much now. And then this is our new oil supply. As you see, there's our second oil train sitting there waiting at the stop to be picked up, or to pick up. Oh, and there's no ammunition in these guns. That's interesting. Probably going to have to go down there and fill those up in a little bit at some point. Not too worried about that. And then you can see that I put in our little roundabout last week, if you can call it a roundabout, and we have gone over this way, connected a land bridge across here because we are going to want to go across here at some point, maybe, perhaps. But realistically, this is the treasure line, if you want to call it that. So we've got a massive amount of iron there, 5 million iron. That's going to last us forever and longer. We've got our coal supply. This is where our coal comes in from, and that's 1.7 million coal. But once that runs out, we have got 6 million stone, nearly 6 million copper, 8 million coal, and then another 3.5 million iron there. We're not running out of resources anytime soon. As long as we secure and neutralize everything around there and defend ourselves, we are set for late game. And we will start getting our rocket engines and everything starting to get built. I don't know where we're going to build the rockets at the moment. We've got a lot of space up here still. As you can see, we've got a lot of things in. Oh, there's all our oil supply. We're going to need to start building rocket fuel at some point. Not too worried about that. We'll probably build that up here somewhere. That's only going to take light oil and these, what are these called? These heavy solid fuel things. That makes light oil, rocket fuel rather, which is good. That'll go in the trains, that'll go in the rocket, that'll go in the tank, the jeep, everything. So that's all cool. We've got more sulfuric acid being produced because we want to mine uranium at some point, and we've got a big patch of uranium here, 2.5 million. That will keep us going for a while. We get our the nuclear power up and running, and until then we have got research to be getting on with over here. So we've still got 2 lots of research tiers to go through. I need to get this coal liquefaction unlocked, which is while I've got that coal belt in place. But the other 2 we are going to need are where is it? It's the yellow and the purple science pack. So the purple ones are here, and they're going to need railway tracks, electric furnaces, and productivity modules. The railway tracks we've got, and now we've got the stone. They're not a problem. Electric furnaces, we'll need bricks. We've got stone, excellent. Productivity modules are the red and green circuits. We've got those. We are going to increase that, so that's no problem. And then the yellow research is this one. Blue processing units, nowhere near those. Flying robot frames, I'll get to that in a second. And low density structures. Now they, in themselves, are a pain in the arse because they are quite complex to make or quite labor intensive. So it's lots of steel, loads of copper and plastic bars. So that's what we need the oil for realistically, and the coal later on will help us build more plastic. And they're quite slow to build. They're a bit of a bottleneck in research, but that's a later thing to worry about, not today. So what was I talking about with the flying robot frames? So yes, logistics. This is where we're going today. As you can see, our red circuits are slightly dwindling, and that's because they're being used up massively. And the reason they're being used up is they're going along here and they're going into these factories. This one is making the logistics robots. This one's making construction robots, and this one is making roboports. And as you can see, they're quite greedy. 45 advanced circuits in there. But as you can see, these are also getting distributed off down to the research bit, which isn't a problem for the moment because the research isn't running. But once that starts running, it's going to get a lot more intensive to get that. Batteries down here, can't see it too well on the radar, but we'll use those later. So yes, today, what I aim to do is get our logistics network up and running and get our robots working for us, because one of the things we need to do is increase our green circuits. We are going to be building some blue circuits at some point, and they take 20 green circuits each. So these green circuits are no longer enough for what we need. We're going to need to expand on that massively. But as you can see, our copper supply is coming in. It's a little slow now. It's a little bit bottled off. But the reason for that is we've got 2 red belts, and they're bringing in 30 items per second on each belt. However, this is coming down from here, where we have this smelting, and there just isn't enough smelting going on. We could easily double this and make lots more. So it's sucking up the copper at the moment, which is fine. Iron, not too bad. We're good for that. Steel, we could probably do some more. But what I've also done is, as you can see now, I've prettied it up a little bit. And we also have our new copper. So our copper train is now bringing the copper in. So that's all going nicely. Bringing it all up here in nice big long belts. This turns 4 yellow belts into 2 red belts. And then later on we could turn that into blue belts and make these red potentially if we wanted to. But also the same with the iron. That's doing the same now as well. We're getting a few attacks over here, but nothing too serious. So yeah, that's our iron supply as well. But as I say, we've got plenty more iron lined up down here if we need to, whatever we want to do. We aren't running out of resources anytime soon for that. So we probably want to build some more copper smelting up here. And what I might do is use the newer furnaces for that, which are the electric furnaces, which saves me using the solid fuel. So we can just literally have a belt going through of copper ore, and that just gets smelted and then comes out as copper. The reason I've not done that so far is because our power, there's nothing wrong with our power supply, but we are maxing it almost. We're getting there. So I do kind of want to get that bolstered up massively before we start that. So yes, for today though, I think we're going to do the logistics because it's going to help us hugely get built things up, because it's just quicker, easier for us to do it that way. And as you can see, I put some nice little road pathing in down here just so that the tank goes through here, and we don't get ourselves run down hopefully by it. The tank has been a little bit of a chaotic thing to use. It's been destructive. It's been smashing things to pieces by mistake. I'm not the best driver in the world with it, but it is what it is. So right, let's go over here and we will get this logistics stuff going. Okay, so logistics, how does this work? This is interesting. We're actually gonna have a little bit of a problem with this. Let's put some late ammunition in this Jeep just to get it out of the way, and some bricks out of the way. So essentially what we can do is we can put everything that we want to get built into a set of chests, which we're going to do in a moment. And once we've done that, it will effectively mean that we don't need to build anything ourselves anymore, which is going to be amazing. So we're just going to build a couple of these chests here, and you'll see why in a second. So the first thing we want to do is put down one of these roboports. And this is going to be the first one we put down. If you look at the roboport itself, it's got quite a big area of effect. The yellow square is where it needs to butt up against another one to connect it to it. So if we put one of these down just here, and then we move this across, it's got the little yellow line. And the further you go, the yellow line breaks once that little yellow section there stops touching. So if we put that one in there like that, then there you go. Now you've got a network, and you can feed all these off other networks as far as you can, and it covers it. Anything inside the green area gets repaired, or it gets stocked, I believe. Anything in the yellow area, it's still connected. If you were to build one there, then technically those two ports are now not linked, and it will tell you there's no power in that one, but it will tell you it's not linked, so the robots can't go between them. So what we'll do, we'll grab one of these. The first one we put down has to be the kind of the nexus for everything else, so we have to be smart where we put it. And I think looking at where we are, it's probably a good idea to put one down here somewhere in the center of the base, and then everything else can come off of it. We may need to juggle a few bits around, but I've left a few gaps around for it so that we can put stuff in, because I thought about this earlier, and hopefully I thought about it well enough that it's not going to absolutely mug me off. So I'm thinking if I put one of these here, let's say around there, that gives us a little bit of coverage there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have these repair packs going into it. Now this might sound a bit odd, but if we do this will spit some repair packs even out onto a belt, and we'll put that there, and we will feed repair packs into this. And the reason for that is that the repair packs will now sit inside this, and we've got capacity there to put these robots in, which we'll do in a moment. And the repair packs will sit in there, and they'll supply the robots. Now anything that gets damaged by bugs or by people driving their jeeps around stupidly, these things will come out and grab a repair pack, and they'll repair it, and we don't need to worry about stopping anymore to do that. If anything's destroyed, it leaves a ghost, and if there's something inside the network that the repair packs or the drones can grab, they'll go and replace it. No problem at all. It's virtually healing for your factory. Really good, really good. So what we'll do, we'll quickly knock up a couple of these ports here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put two of these down, one for each kind of robot. And the reason for that is that I don't want to have one port just stocked with only those robots and nothing else. So I'm going to break the first rule of it, which is to try and space them out. Let's just pop it down. So it doesn't matter if they overlap. It's fine if they overlap. It's if they're too far apart that's a problem. Overlapping's not an issue. So we'll do... let's just do one here. Like that. And then we'll do one there. Like that. And then what we'll do, we'll change this. So these are storage chests and provider chests. Provider chests, if you put something in it, so if you've got a normal chest like that, so for example that's a standard steel chest, you can pop a provider chest or any other kind of chest over the top of it, and it automatically changes it. So now that means anything inside that chest, i.e. these roboports, are now part of the network. The robots can come along and grab them from there and then go and put them somewhere, which is brilliant. We don't need to come running back and do that ourselves anymore. We could be miles away. As long as we're inside the network somewhere, this will pick it up. So we are going to want to now pop these ones here onto a little belt and just pop them into this here. Here. Done that wrong, haven't I? Oh dear. Right, okay. Let's move that one back. I've done that one wrong as well. Okay, well that's not a problem. We'll just change those around. As I say, no such thing as an accident or mistake, just a happy accident. There we go. So this is going to be our sort of main hub for our factory. So we'll throw that in there and that in there. Now, See, look, these guys are taking stuff off of me already. The reason for that is in my inventory, I've put all this stuff as junk, which I don't necessarily want that all as junk. But using these little things up here, I can select stuff that I don't want. And if I click on this, I can say, get rid of all these yellow ammunition magazines. I don't want them. So I click on that. I can say I want 0 in my inventory and 0 completely. So I want my minimum 0, my maximum 0, and go. And now these robots here should take them away and put them in a chest. But currently, there's nowhere to put them. So this is why we have storage chests. Now, these chests can go anywhere as long as they're inside this yellow network, and these drones will take from them. So we put one there, and they'll take all that away, and they'll just go and dump all of that in those chests as long as there's space in the network for it. And as you can see, they're just taking stuff away, and there you go. That chest's now full up with the junk that I didn't need. Which I will take those back again, because I need those. And then what you can do is if you've got extra stuff here you don't want, just throw it in these trash slots. These guys will just take them as soon as you're back inside the network, and then they'll go. So, excellent. Right, I think we'll grab a couple more of those little chests because we want a few more to sit around. Just so we can fill them with building materials for later. And what I'm going to do is a couple of these chests, I'm just going to throw in some basic materials. So we'll throw in some red belts, we'll throw in some yellow belts, probably all our yellow belts now. Some red underground belts. We'll chuck a couple of those in there. We'll chuck those in there. Some arms, some power poles, quite a lot of power poles, we'll need those. Pop those in there. Throw half of those in there. And what else are we going to want to put in there? Oh yeah, some factories, they're going to be good to put in there as well. So anything that can be built. Yeah, I'll just grab that and we'll pop them in there. There they go, lovely. So we've got one of them now filled with constructors, one of them filled with logistics bots, and none of them got repair packs at the moment, but that's not a problem. They'll drop those back and forth as they need to. We can throw some in ourselves if we want to like that. Let's get them out of the way. Saves us mucking around with them. Okay. Now these are going to carry on filling up until essentially there's nothing left, which is not a problem. That's fine. They'll just do what they need to do. Construction bots we've got more of because we need more of them. We're going to use them loads, and we'll use them on our personal self later on as well. Okay, right. So let's just typical. So what I need is yellow belts. I haven't got any yellow belts, so I haven't even got one yellow belt. Isn't that great? So does it let me do this? No, it doesn't. Okay, so I need one yellow belt, just one. And what we're going to do, this yellow belt here, we want to expand it. So because we've now got robots and there's belts in the network, if we hold down shift, it creates a ghost, and then we can just paste that along in like a little ghost. And look at that. We don't need to do anything. And we've got some yellow underground belts we're missing. That's not a problem. We can actually make those ourselves if we need to. Except we haven't got yellow belts. And what we'll do, we can be cheeky with those because we know we've just built them ourselves. So what we'll do, we'll just throw them in our trash slots. Look at that. We could have done that ourselves. Throw them in there. They'll take those away. And hey, look, they need those. So let's go and use them. Isn't that smart? That's so wonderful. So there you go. Right. We're going to expand this network so it covers a bit more of what we want. And then we're going to go and do some modifications to our green circuit network because we need to get our circuit network up and running a bit better. But now we've got robots, they're going to do that all for us. So I just need to make sure we've got space with the logistics going all the way down here to cover ourselves. So if we just get here, see if we get another one of these out if we need it. See, look, that'll even go that far and cover it over here. That's perfect. Look at that. That covers to that level right there. Let's pop that down. Need a power pole. Obviously, these need to be charged. There we go. Now we're inside the network again, which is all nice. And then we'll just go Q, pick another one of those, go all over here. And essentially we can just build a grid with these, a huge grid. And then we'll just ghost that for later, so it gets repaired or built. Pop that there. Now there you go, you can see a little drone coming across here. And he's coming all the way across here, just so that he can pop that down for us. Thank you very much. And then he'll go and sit in there and charge himself up. Isn't that nice? So now we're covered with this network here, we are going to want to also expand it upwards because we've got some space up here we want to use as well. And this also helps us for increasing our network later if we want to build repairs to our bases. You see, this one here is not built yet, so it doesn't show the yellow line from it, but it does show the yellow line from these ones. And that one should fit quite nicely in there. And it links up. We also need some power to those. Which, because we've got the power here, we can just do that ourselves. There we go. Right. And there we're charging them. Lovely. Excellent. And this will essentially be the basis for the rest of the map. So anytime we put anything out somewhere, we use a logistics network, and we can extend this down our railway track as well if we need to. We need to defend them, that's the only thing. But that's not a problem. We can build a blueprint where we can place one of these down with some guns around it, some turrets, like laser turrets or something, and just stamp the blueprint down. The bugs will, or the drones will build it, and then we move on to the next one. So it's like a self-replicating system almost. So now what we want to do is we want to get this out of the way, and we're going to start building some green circuits in a serious way. So, do we want to do this ourselves? No, not really. So what we're going to do, we'll grab this deconstruction planner. Actually, what I'll do before we do that is I just want to go down here and cut off this supply hopper and this supply of iron. And then what we'll do is we will take all of this out in one big foul swoop. There you go. Where's he going? What's he doing? Oh, he's taking away the copper that's extra that I don't need. So I've told it that I don't need any more copper than that, and he's just taken that little bit of copper away, which is great. Okay, so deconstruction planner. We get this and we click over this. We don't want this anymore. Consider it gone. Now we should have a swarm coming this way. There we go. Say goodbye to that factory. We're going to change it. We're going to redesign it and make it better, bigger, stronger. The $6 million man. How are we going to do this? Right, okay. I'm going to redesign this, and once I've redesigned it, I'm going to build a very small version of it, and then we're going to blueprint it, and I'll show you how that works. So, give me a few minutes, and I'll be back. Okay, there we go. Really basic setup, but that should give us some supplies for the next few hours of gameplay. So what we do now is we can create ourselves a blueprint from this. So what we do, we go down here, click this little blueprint thing, and we do pretty much the same as a deconstruction plan, except we hover over it and we click everything we want from it. And we just want that part of it for now, because we don't want to grab the underground belt. We're happy with just that. And that's looking nice, so it just literally should connect on. Probably should have put another one of those there, but we'll go with that for the moment. And then we go up here and just go, okay, that's happy with that. Let's stick another one on there. And now these guys should come out and build it. We're missing a little gap, but that's fine. And we can build that pretty much all the way up here as far as we like. And there you go. These guys are now coming out to fit it all together. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? And the only thing is we made a mistake there, but hey, that's it. And provided we can supply this with copper and iron, this will supply us with belts forever. And we're missing some of these red inserters, but that's fine. The good thing about it is it tells you what you're missing and what you're not missing. So what we can do is we can throw these into this chest here. Hopefully they'll take it from there. Yes, they should be taking that from there now. Yeah, there we go. It's only because we didn't have enough in the logistics network, but that's not in itself a problem. We pop them in there. Now they're all happy. And off they go. Look at that. And the beauty of it is these robots get distributed around the map eventually. So you might end up with some concentrations in other places than others. But generally, you'll end up with enough that they're around where you need them to be. And that's quite handy because you can steal them from there and support your own network if you need to. So that is pretty much that aspect sorted. So that's massively increased our green circuits. Now we could just copy that whole thing, create a blueprint from that and stamp that somewhere else. As long as we've got a copper line and an iron line going into it, which we've got plenty here, we could put another one in, or another one, or another one. And we probably will later do that for more circuits when we need them, because we're going to need a lot later on. Loads, in fact. We'd need to create a dedicated factory just for making blue circuits, I think, but that's another episode. I've just noticed these guys are quite slow at the moment. Whether they're backing up, no, it just looks like they're not getting enough iron in there. So what we'll do, we'll quickly go in here and we'll just change these to blue inserters instead, and that should make the speed of those going in quicker. Just a quick little fix while we're here. Okay, so one of the other things you can do is you can actually upgrade the upgrade planner. Oh, I'm getting attacked again. We're getting attacked from this time up the north there, so it would be good to have a network there, so we can put another one in there. We'll put some repair packs in. We'll do that now, actually. But yeah, you can upgrade the belts. You can get the drones to come and upgrade stuff for you as well, which is something for later, but we'll look at that when we need to. Let's just get in up here first of all and put another one of these networks in, because we want to make sure this guy gets covered up here too. And look at that, that covers that perfectly. Pop that in there. And somewhere along the line they'll need some repairs. So there's no repairs in there, but there will be. Now at some place there's a drone coming across the map just there. It takes a little while, but it will get done. And if we put in a power supply here, this in theory will let us go and do some repairs. Yeah, so that's just inside the network. Now there's probably a repair quest going on somewhere. I can't see it at the moment, but there you go. Look, there's a drone coming this way with a repair pack. Look at that. And he will take that. And he's going to go and repair that gun. And then when he gets back here, he'll go in there and that repair pack will sit there as well. There you go. Perfect. Now we can't charge these guns or reload these guns, unfortunately. We can do it with chests if we want, like provider chests, but there's not much point at the moment. No need to do that really for now. Okay, so we're good. We're good. We've got the network going. Isn't that excellent? Isn't that amazing? Now that's just there. So we want to do a bit more with these networks because they are fantastic for building. As I say, for deconstructing everything. It's just amazing. So one of the things we're probably going to want to do now is start looking at why our steel supply is so low. So we're probably going to want to look at building some of these new electric furnaces, but I don't really want to go too mad on them because I don't think we're going to have the power to support them. But we are running low on steel because these are still getting built up here, obviously. These guys are being built to replenish the network, and we're going to have quite a lot there. That should keep us going for pretty much most of the game, I'd say, but we'll take some spare just in case. It's always good to have extra. And that power pole's got damage. Let's just put that down and repair it. Oh, let's not bother repairing it. Let's let them do it instead. Excellent. Right, one of the things I want to do is extend the network downwards as well. The reason for that is that I want to have it down near our base where our tank is, because obviously we need it near the tank. Let's pop that one there. Excellent, that was I want to do the network. Fantastic. And we're probably going to want to put one across here somewhere too, except that is now right in the way there. That's the only thing. You do get some issues with that, which is a shame. Never mind. Okay, we'll get it across here instead. We don't want to leave a gap ideally, but I think we should be okay. Yeah, that's a problem. So we'll put one here, I think. And can we put a pole in near that that's going to charge it? Yes, we can. And there should be a robot coming across. Yep, a couple of robots coming across now. And what we do once we get our blue circuits up and running, we'll have these logistics robots on ourselves as well. So as long as we've got the equipment in our inventory, they'll just build it from our inventory instead. And that makes it a lot easier. Now, want to go there, don't we? It's one there. Look at that, it's going to cover us just about down here, which is great because this will help us repair any vehicles when they come back and they're damaged. We'll put another one down here because this will cover us on the trains later as well. Now, there are various researches we can get to increase the ability of these logistics bots, but as we go through, they need higher tiers of science packs, which we just don't have at the moment. We're actually expanding all on our research at the moment. Until we get the yellow and the purple research, we're pretty much done for research for now. There we go. Right, let's get that last robo port in down here somewhere. That looks like it might just... Oh, it's just going to go into that line. Okay, we can do something with that. Can we put it underground? I'll tell you what, we'll just build it instead. Doesn't matter if it overlaps, as I say. Sometimes overlaps are inevitable. There. No, that's not going to work, is it? Let's try that again. There we go. Now, anything we've got down here gets covered, which is really good. So we are golden, I think, for now. And there's our blueprint for our factory. We can keep that for later. I'll go and stick that in a box. This is my little box over here of junk, which is useful because this can be used for fueling trains as well later. Yeah, so we've got our bricks and our other junk in there, which is fine. Stone, iron, wood. Okay, we'll grab all the wood out actually. We'll go and put that in our trains. We do need some train lines. Oh, where's our car? Alright, we'll run down. No problem. Be back in a second. There we go. Right, so the trains are filled up. Just got rid of some wood and crap out of my inventory. What I could do is put some storage chests down this area as well, just because it's handy for us. And the drones can use it for later. So we'll just knock up a few of those. And they take steel chests, so I'll just grab a couple extra of those as well. And we'll pop these down here. As they're inside the logistics network, we'll just put them next to the logistics network there. And that'll just store anything we come back. We don't want anything, they'll just grab it out of there and chuck it in as and when they need it. So, let's say bricks, for example. We don't want any bricks. Don't need any more of those arms for now. Don't need those yellow ones. There we go. Chemical plants we might use later, but we'll pop them in there for the moment. And in theory, these drones should now all come down here in a big swathe. There they go. And I should be using these chests here. And they obviously don't want to. Okay, well, they'll go and use the other chests then, I guess. That's fine, we can go and get our Jeep anyway. If you stand still long enough to just take all the stuff off you. See that one? It's going that way. Not that I can remember where we left our Jeep. I'll have to look on the map and find it. Oh yeah, it's right above me. There we go, look at that. Hidden amongst the junk and the mess. The untidiness. Okay, right, so our red circuits are doing great. That's brilliant. I think the next thing we need to do is potentially look at getting our blue circuits going. But I think we need to expand this network just a little bit further, first of all, just to cover ourselves for other areas, like our other railway stations down the south. So I'm just going to do that, and I'll be back to you once I've done it. Okay, while we're here, just thought I'd go through the steel line quickly and just check this over. And it looks like we could probably do with doubling it up, because it's actually quite restricted at the moment. So what we'll do, we'll just blueprint that, create a blueprint, and fortunately I was smart enough to leave, smart enough or lucky enough maybe, to leave this space here. So if I just go along and copy that, literally paste that down, and it's telling me now there's 4 things missing from there, which are red inserters, which is fine. Got 4 of those if I need them. Pop those on my trash slots, and then they should take those themselves. And I can just bridge that little gap there and bridge that little gap there. And again, somewhere along the line, there's a whole host of bugs. Sorry, not bugs, drones coming over to fix this. And in theory, that should cover all of that nicely for us. I say in theory, but let's just see what happens, shall we? And I haven't put any logistics in over here just yet, but I'm about to. The only thing is I've put a lot of space on these belts here. That's fine, we'll get rid of this belt here. We'll do an underground there. This gives the drones a little place to come and get some respite if they need to. And we're running out of... Oh no, we've got some underground belts there, look at that. So we'll pop that there to there. And then charge that. Fantastic. And we just picked up some copper, so we'll get rid of this. And the rest of these should be coming across now. So I did actually just throw a load of these furnaces into storage. I was going to use the electric ones. I've just built some electric ones, but I think I'll use that later for copper. And there we go, look at that. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. That should double our iron supply now. Or steel supply rather. We'll just take it off of here. Everybody's happy with that. There we go. Perfect. The only concern I've got now is that that belt there at the top may not be strong enough to cope with all that steel. Or that iron rather. So what we'll do, we'll upgrade it. Let's have a look at this upgrade. Where are we? Upgrades, upgrades, upgrades. Upgrade, there we go. Right. So we want to upgrade everything down here from yellow to red, because we want all that iron ore to go all the way along. So that should go a lot quicker now. And these are red anyway, these belts aren't they, I believe. Or are they? Maybe they're not, but let's upgrade those as well, just in case. There we go. It should only upgrade to the technology that I've actually currently got available, so if it wants blue belts and there isn't blue belts, then it won't do them. There we go. Yeah, because these guys are getting starved out down here. Look at that, isn't that amazing? Brilliant. And that should allow that iron to get right to the end of that belt, hopefully, like the other ones at the top there. Yeah, look at that, it's getting there. Fantastic, excellent. And now they all should have fuel, they all should have iron ore, and then they can all produce steel, which is excellent. It says we're still missing 7 things. We're missing a blue thing there, okay, that's fine. We're also missing some red ones. How many does it say we're missing? 6. Alright, that's fine. Put 6 of those in our trash slots, and someone should come along and take those away. And they should go and fit them. Ah, thank you very much. Still 3 missing, so someone else has got the task of doing those. Okay. taking those two then? Well, I wonder where he's taking them. Let's pop them on there and get rid of them. This guy should take them and fit them now. There we go, look at that. Thank you. Excellent. And the only thing we're missing is now this. So we'll get rid of that. What we need to do is tell that not to upgrade. I'm not entirely sure how we cancel the upgrade. Actually, that should be interesting. Let's see if that works just like that. There we go. Click on the upgrade planner, right click on there, it takes it away again. Or does it? Yes, it does. There we go, it's gone. Isn't that wonderful? Excellent. So steel's coming out a bit better now. Still not perfect. Probably could do with upgrading that later to the different smelters, but that's fine. We've got the capacity, we've got the space, we can do it later. Right, let me go back to fitting the rest of these logistics systems in, and we'll get running from there. Also, just quickly, one of the other things the deconstruction plan is good for with the drones is when you get trees in the way, you can just do this. I just realised I've just gone and cancelled that. That's not a problem. Oh yeah, they're trying to destroy the cliffs as well now, which is not going to work. So we might have to deconstruct the deconstruction planner. I just wanted the trees cleared out of the way for the moment, so that's not a problem. So if you hold down shift, you can cancel the things you just selected to deconstruct. The cliffs, for example. There we go. That should get rid of those. And obviously, as you can imagine, they're going to take a lot of wood back. So you might have somewhere that you want to get rid of wood. There we go. So that's just getting rid of those. Excellent. We probably could get rid of some of these walls, but I think we'll keep them there for the moment. So this network down here just keeps the train station safe. Any repairs down here are needed. The drone should come out down here and do those as well, which is handy. And we'll get rid of some of these bits in here as well. So there we go. We've got ourselves a little logistics network set up now. It's very small, but it will grow as we grow. And it's covering most of the important areas, and it's going to help us massively increase the ability to build, deconstruct, just speed things up for us. A lot less clicking and changing and running around after stuff. As you can see, these little bugs will just fly around and supply me with stuff as I need it, and they'll supply the rest of the base with other stuff as we need it as well. So what I'll do, I'll just show you on the map where we are. So this is our map now, and you can click on this button up here, Logistics Network, and you can see most of the base, the main base anyway, is pretty much covered. I might do something down here where these stops are, and eventually we can roll it out over to these guys, and here and down here. We're not too worried about those for the moment. We will eventually, but not now. Maybe I'll do that off camera just so that we've got some supply. The only thing is it does take a little while to get the robots from the initial sort of starting point here where they're all sitting out into the rest of the base, but that's not an issue so much. It just takes a little while. It will filter out eventually. So I think what we'll do, we've got our steel supply increase a little bit better. We probably are going to want to get some more going on that. That is just going constantly. I don't think it's really keeping up with our needs. Yeah, could probably easily double that. I think we'll look at getting the better versions of the things in there. Power wise, we're doing 32 megawatts out of 43. We're not doing any research currently though, so that's going to be a big stumbling block if we start doing research as well. Our power is going to suffer. So yeah, I think we need to start working our way to getting better power supplies. I didn't really want to do it, but I think we may need to start looking at solar power as a bolster and some batteries, accumulators for it perhaps, which are, where are they, hidden away somewhere in here. Power. Oh, so we've got substations now. Do you know what? I don't know if we've got accumulators. Oh yes, we do. There we go. So accumulators are like giant batteries, essentially. And then we've got solar panels. They're quite expensive, 15 electronic circuits. And the accumulators themselves aren't too expensive, but they're good storage. So maybe I'll put some of those together and I'll put them in a map somewhere out of the way. Maybe just sort of right at the tip here, just out of the way, so they've got some storage. I'm not going to use much up there, I don't think. Or just somewhere over here, who knows? Somewhere just to keep it out of the way and tidy. You can see what the power networks in where the drones are. Okay, right, I think we'll call that an episode, and hopefully that's given a bit of an overview of the power of drones. They're very simple, but they're very effective, very, very powerful. Obviously, we'll use them from now onwards, and eventually what I do want to do is get them so that they are in my logistics system. So the next thing I think we need to do is get our blue circuits up and running and get ourselves these exoskeletons running as well, so that we can start putting the blue circuits in, because I think that's going to be the next big thing we're going to need. We can then get these better batteries as well, and these will be a lot better for us. So yeah, that'll be our next thing. So next episode will be blue circuits and power armor and getting ourselves tanked up a bit more, to be a better building fighting force, and then we can actually have personal logistics on us as well, so we can carry our own robots around and build our own stuff from our own inventory, which will be very, very useful. So we can do that outside of the network if we need to. Right, that's an episode for me as far as I'm concerned. I will crack on with that, and I'll see you guys hopefully in the next one. You take care. Thanks very much.